Now, in the centenary year of the Royal Air Force, a special ceremony has been held at RAF Marham in West Norfolk. It involved one of the RAF's most distinguished squadrons, which has just been reformed with the introduction of the new Lightning aircraft arriving at the base earlier this year. Well, Malcolm Robertson is at Marham. Quite a significant day there, Malcolm.
It is, because it wasn't so very long ago that there were serious question marks about the future of RAF Marham and fears that it might close. But when it was chosen to be the home of the new F-35 Lightning, it's really gone from strength to strength since there. Those Lightnings are in 617 Squadron, which is one of the most famous squadrons in the history of the Royal Air Force. It was formed 75 years ago and today was presented with a new standard. We'll have pictures from that ceremony shortly, but let's get some history about 617 Squadron, which will forever be known as the Dam Buster Squadron. It was in 1959 that the Queen Mother presented 617 Squadron with its original standard as a mark of the Sovereign's appreciation for outstanding operations. It had been formed in 1943 amid great secrecy and was involved in one of the most famous events of the Second World War. Daring raids with Lancaster aircraft delivering bouncing bombs that destroyed the great dams in the Ruhr Valley, vital to German industry. So secret, crews only discovered the nature of the mission the night before. It was why the squadron got the name Dam Busters, and it earned Wing Commander Guy Gibson the Victoria Cross. In 1988, the Queen Mother returned to Marham to present a new standard. On it, the squadron's battle honours and its badge depicting a dam being burst. Its motto is Après moi le déluge, after me the flood.
It has been my pleasure to present your new standard. Years during which the squadron has most worthily maintained its high reputation in the forefront of Royal Air Force offensive operations.
More recently, 617 was a Tornado squadron involved in several Middle East operations, and although disbanded for a few years, it was reformed earlier this year with the new Lightning aircraft arriving at Marham. Well, fittingly, the Lightning took centre stage in this afternoon's ceremony, which had to be moved inside to a hangar because it was simply too windy outside. Now, on parade were the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. Now, it's a joint squadron, 617 Squadron, because both those services, the Navy and the Royal Air Force, man the Lightning. Now, the guest of honour today was Chief of the Air Staff, Sir Air Chief Marshal Sir Stephen Hillier, who presented that new standard. And retiring the old standard and presenting it with a new one, which only happens every 25 years, is a really big thing for a squadron.
Having a new standard consecrated is a huge event. For 617 Squadron in particular, for me it's very poignant because it signifies the squadron's new start, both as a joint squadron, which it hasn't been in the past, but also bringing a new capability into service.
Malcolm, we hear there was a surprise visitor there today.
Yeah, well, certainly a surprise to me because amidst all the top military brass, which you'd expect, there was Mylene Class, the singer Mylene Class, there with her boyfriend. She comes from Norfolk, is very close to the Royal Air Force because several years ago she was flown out to Afghanistan to sing for the troops. So it was a significant day for the Royal Air Force, looking back at 75 years of 617 Squadron, but also looking forward to a brand new chapter with the F-35 Lightning.
Malcolm, thank you very much. Wow,
OK, weather time now. And Chris, a bit blowy last night.
It was fairly windy last night, I know. In fact, although I forecast the winds correctly, I didn't let you know that you probably would have been up most of the night, probably during the early hours, because yes, a lot of us have got bags under our eyes. It was enough makeup going on.
It was really windy, wasn't it?
Very windy. We saw some very strong gusts. And in fact, yesterday, if you remember where I was outside, we've got the trees that were outside, even branches had fallen off of those. So
you had a lucky escape.
Lucky escape, yes. So some very strong winds, and we've had those strong winds today, just like Malcolm saw as well. Now, it wasn't just disruption to trees. We've also seen power outages across the region too. In fact, these were some cables in Essex yesterday. Now, they were started by starlings that loosened the cables, the weight of them, and then the strength of the wind just led to those cables waving around at each other, shorting out the circuit, and gave some people some power outages, and that also was seen in parts of Norfolk as well.
That looks quite terrifying, actually. Duxford Air Show this weekend. What's the forecast looking?
Yes, it is. The Duxford Air Show is on this weekend, so actually great news if you're going, because it's a fantastic event. You've got a great opportunity to get up and close and see some Spitfires. The Battle of Britain fly past, I believe, is there as well. The best day looks to be Saturday, staying mostly dry on Saturday with some sunshine, a bit more cloudy in the afternoon, but as we go into Sunday, wet and windy, which obviously isn't particularly great news for an air show. Let's have a look at the forecast though, and here are all the details. Here you go.